In the early 80s, as rap music started to gain mainstream popularity, the genre found itself branching out into various styles and themes. Artists like Run DMC and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince brought a more accessible form of rap to the masses. But it was the emergence of the NWA that forever changed the landscape of hip-hop. At the forefront of NWA's meteoric rise was Eazy-E.
Suge tried to destroy my record company with the help of others, Dre,
whose distinctive voice and compelling presence helped pioneer this groundbreaking movement in music. But beyond the fame, success, and accolades, the shadows loomed large. Eazy-E's life was a tapestry woven with threads of hardship, violence, and crime. And as the years danced by, the echoes of his past would cast a long shadow over his triumphs, never allowing him to fully escape the ghosts that haunted his soul. In this video, we will show you how the godfather of gangsta rap built his legacy and lost himself in it. Eazy-E background. Rapper Eazy-E aka Eric Lynn Wright was one of the most controversial and famous gangsta rap figures. Although his technical skills in rapping weren't that incredible, his distinctive delivery on top of his unique lyrics and impressive charisma made him an excellent star. Eazy-E was born on September 7, 1964, in Compton, California, a rough part of the Los Angeles metro region. The rapper dropped out of school at 10th grade and worked as a drug dealer, using the income to co-found his record label, Ruthless Records, with Jerry Heller. Later, Eazy-E would team up with other youngsters, including O'Shea Ice Cube Jackson and Andre Dr. Dre EazyE. The new entrants to Ruthless Records would later form NWA, catapulting them into the spotlight. However, Eazy-E was left to focus on a solo career after Ice Cube and Dr. Dre left the record label after various disputes over royalties and management. Eazy-E's journey to success. As time passed, Wright made a crucial decision to leave behind his drug-dealing days, if he had ever truly been involved, and embrace a new path in music. The tragic loss of his cousin may have been a catalyst for this transformation. During this period, the Los Angeles hip-hop scene was on the verge of blooming. Its roots could be traced back to the 1970s with Uncle Jam's Army, and it further evolved with the establishment of world-class Wreckin' Crew in 1983. In 1981, Duffy Records launched the first West Coast rap label, followed by Mixmaster Spade forming the Compton Posse a few years later, paving the way for the birth of gangsta rap. For Eric Wright, his past involved dealing drugs on the streets, lacking any connections in the music industry, without a high school diploma, and seemingly limited prospects. The odds were stacked against him, and he faced an uphill battle. In the mid-1980s, he took the first steps towards his music journey by setting up a makeshift studio in his parents' garage to record his earliest songs. Eazy enters the business. In 1986, Eric Wright joined forces with Jerry Heller to establish Ruthless Records. According to Heller's memoir, he invested $250,000 from his personal funds to kickstart the label and would later pour an additional $1 million into it over the next few years. In return, he received a 20% share of Ruthless's profits, but the entire business operation belonged to Wright. Around the same time, Wright crossed paths with two other local musicians, Andre Young and O'Shea Jackson. Despite coming from more affluent backgrounds compared to Wright, they shared a deep passion for gangsta rap. Young and Jackson had been composing songs for HBO, one of the groups signed to Ruthless. However, when the group rejected their song, Wright decided to take matters into his own hands and record it himself. Joining forces as Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and Eazy-E, they recorded Boys in the Hood in 1986, marking the beginning of their collaborative journey under the name NWA, with the addition of MC Ren, DJ Yella, Arabian Prince, and the DOC, experienced an astonishingly rapid rise to fame. Their 1988 album, Straight Outta Compton, achieved double platinum status and thrust gangsta rap and Los Angeles' violent gang scene into the public spotlight. The release of F They Police resulted in the FBI issuing a warning letter to the group's distributor, further fueling their notoriety. However, controversy seemed to trail NWA at every turn. Some members faced legal troubles in the early 1990s, with Dr. Dre entangled in a legal scandal after attacking a rap show host in 1991. Dre was also placed under house arrest for assaulting a record producer and a police officer. On the other hand, Eazy-E drew criticism in a different manner. In 1991, he attended a fundraising lunch for then-President George H.W. Bush and donated $2,500 to his cause, inviting both support and backlash from the public. How the NWA slowly dying out. NWA's brilliance, though shining brightly, proved to be short-lived. In 1989, Ice Cube departed from the group due to a dispute over his royalties, aggravated further by personal conflicts with NWA's manager, Jerry Heller. Despite Cube's departure, NWA continued releasing music, using some of it to attack Cube for what they perceived as his betrayal. Cube, not one to back down, responded with scathing criticism of NWA. Heller and Eazy-E, particularly evident in his solo track No Vaseline. A feud ensued, escalating tensions and anger between them. In 1992, Dr. Dre himself grew discontent with Ruthless Records management. Along with the Dawsey, he left NWA and joined Suge Knight's label, Death Row Records. Within just 6 years of its inception, NWA came to an end. Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and Ice Cube each embarked on their individual solo careers, leaving behind a trail of iconic music and a legacy that continues to impact the hip-hop world. What happened with Dr. Dre and Eazy-E? Eazy-E and Dr. Dre met around 1986 and were already friends before forming the famous NWA. Even after disbanding NWA in 1991, the two remained great friends. What happened between the two music industry's legends? Dr. Dre was having issues with Jerry, Eazy-E's manager. Since it was getting too heated, Dr. Dre informed Eazy-E that he had to choose between him and the manager. Unfortunately, Eazy-E chose the latter. A few days later, Eazy-E was kept hostage by Suge Knight, forcing him to sign Dr. Dre's release papers to allow him to join Death Row Records. Although they expressed their anger by tainting each other's image in songs, they made peace before Eazy-E's death. Many people have been wondering about the rapper's cause of death that is mysterious. Did Eazy-E have asthma? How come he died so fast after getting admitted to the hospital? The musical luminary's life was tragically cut short on March 26, 1995, while only 30 years old. He was at the height of his solo career and was making good money from music. How did Eazy-E die? In early 1995, Eazy-E was hospitalized due to respiratory complications, initially thinking he had asthma. However, upon undergoing tests, the diagnosis revealed a much graver condition. He had contracted AIDS. The rapper had been experiencing asthma-like symptoms as early as 1994. The heartbreaking news was conveyed by Eazy-E's attorney and close friend, Ron Sweeney, during a Hollywood news conference. Despite the devastating diagnosis, Eazy-E's children, born a year earlier, tested negative for HIV and AIDS. In a statement read by his lawyer, Eazy-E admitted to having lived a promiscuous life, but expressed his intention to change. Sadly, just 1 month after the initial AIDS diagnosis, Eazy-E passed away due to complications related to the disease. Did Eazy-E die broke? There has been much speculation surrounding Eazy-E's death, but the contentious battle over his estate reveals that the rapper did not pass away impoverished. He had accumulated substantial wealth through his music career and entrepreneurial endeavors. The question arises, what was Eazy-E's net worth at the time of his demise? According to Celebrity Net Worth, Eazy-E's net worth was estimated to be $8 million. However, other reports suggest that he could have been worth as much as $35 million, which seems plausible given the immense success of his record label. Nonetheless, his extravagant lifestyle and extravagant spending habits might have considerably diminished this amount. Why didn't NWA go to Eazy-E's funeral? Dr. Dre and MC Ren did not attend Eazy-E's funeral, which was seen as strange by many. However, one notable NWA member who did appear at the funeral was DJ Yella. According to an interview with Radio.com, DJ, Yella mentioned that they never discussed the reasons behind Dr. Dre and MC Ren's absence, even to this day. There has been speculation that the other NWA members might have had issues with Eazy-E due to the contracts they signed, which were reportedly highly unfavorable. Eazy-E, the pioneer of gangsta rap, left behind a remarkable legacy, revolutionizing a distinct style of rapping that transformed the music culture. Despite having certain flaws, like any prominent figure in the industry, he is remembered for his bold moves and popularizing a genre that faced significant backlash but gained immense popularity. Leaving behind his legacy. Though Eazy-E's life was tragically short, his impact on the rap world and beyond is truly monumental. NWA is just one of the rap groups that owe their existence to Eazy's life and career. His mentorship and inspiration have influenced artists like Will Diam from the Black Eyed Peas, and without Eazy's influence, Dr. Dre and Ice Cube might not have reached the heights of success they did. In fact, gangsta rap wasn't even a term before NWA burst onto the scene. Eazy-E's legacy lives on not only in the music he created, but also in the lives of his 7 children. His daughter, E.B. Wright, embarked on a journey to document her father's life in 2013. Moreover, the 2015 Oscar-nominated film, Straight Outta Compton, brought Eazy's story to the big screen, chronicling NWA's rise and dedicating the film to the memory of Eazy-E. His spirit continues to resonate in the hearts of many and remains an indelible part of hip-hop history. In the end, the rise and fall of Eazy-E remains a poignant and profound chapter in the annals of hip-hop history. As a founding member of NWA and a driving force behind the gangsta rap movement, Eazy-E's impact on the genre and popular culture cannot be overstated. His captivating storytelling and unapologetic voice brought to light the struggles and realities of inner-city life, and his legacy continues to inspire new generations of artists. The rise and fall of Eazy-E remind us that legends may leave this world, but their impact lives on eternally through their music and the indelible mark they leave on the hearts of their fans.